Okay, and we are live. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thanks very much for joining in with us for the second time today. So, we're going to get talking lots of things on today's show. First and foremost, transfers, players coming in, players going out, and we're going to look at a bit of a reaction to the match earlier. So, thank you very much for everyone who turns up for the watch along. So, in regards to players coming in, obviously, it's Sofayn Amrabat. I think the need for Amrabat has been really stressed in this match today. It really has. The importance of signing Sofayn Amrabat cannot be understated to Manchester United. Now, look, I thought we did okay in midfield. I wanted to see more, but I still think there's a breakdown in the midfield between transitioning from the back line into midfield into the forward line. And once we have that system sorted, once we have that issue under wraps, I will think that Manchester United will be a much better team for it. And look, I might be wrong in saying this. I might be right in saying this. I think Mason Mount had a pretty good match today. And I know a lot of people might disagree with me. Yes, he missed an open goal, but the signs are there. I think it's going to take a while for him to fully adapt to what we're looking to see from Mason Mount and the job that he has to do. Now, look, is there times when he's similar to Bruno Fernandes on the pitch? Maybe. You know, they pick up similar positions. I think Mount is still improving. I think he is still getting better. But I do expect more from him once the Premier League starts. I really do. I think Sofayn Amrabat coming in will be absolutely crucial for this Manchester United team. Daniel, good to see you. And we have Lucky Singh in the comments. Thanks for joining in, man. And look, Sofayn Amrabat cannot happen at the moment. We need to have the seals first. Once we have seals, then we get Sofayn Amrabat, and that's going to make us better. It's just going to be a matter of time. Now, there's things in that midfield, things that I saw in today's match that I picked up on that it was slightly concerning. Look, we were broke on quite a bit, but that's going to happen when you play a high line. You're leaving the entirety of your own half completely exposed. We will be countered on this season. You look at any top teams who play possession-based football. You look at Liverpool. You look at Man City. You look maybe at Arsenal. You look at Barcelona. You look at Bayern Munich. The best way to hurt those teams is by counter-attacking, hitting the space. That is what football is fundamentally about. You play where the space is. We will be countered on. Onana will negate that by playing higher up the pitch, but I think Sofayn Amrabat will come in and really make a difference to this Manchester United team. Gives us more control in the middle of the pitch. And yes, I do think we can get away with Bruno and Mount in there against smaller teams. But when we go away, when we go to Anfield, when we go to the Etihad, when we go to the Emirates, when we go to Stamford Bridge, when we go to St James's Park, the big away matches of this season, we're going to need Sofayn Amrabat in there. And it's absolutely important that we manage to get that done. And look, he is more than just a box-to-box, real tenacious player. He's a fantastic footballer on the ball as well. His passing is brilliant. His carries are brilliant. He will make this team even better. And I think that's what Erik ten Hag will be looking for. Drop a like on the video as well, guys. We're up to 12 likes. And I want to ask you guys this as well. So this is today's poll question. So, do Manchester United need a new right back? Because watching that match today, Diogo Dalot, for me, was the worst player on the pitch for Manchester United. Constantly attacked, looked weak defensively, and of course, it was his fault. We conceded that first goal. He played a terrible pass in behind his own man in Raphael Varane, and it left them with an open goal on the halfway line. Look, that goal doesn't get scored every single week. It really doesn't. Otherwise, we'd see it all the time. Halfway line goals are very uncommon. So it was a fantastic finish, but it does highlight the issues that we have in that right back position. I think it's the weakest in the entire back four. I think it's the weakest if we include the goalkeeper. I think we need to work on it. You only have to look at that Lens match. Lens primarily attacked down that left-hand side, our right-hand side. Dalot was targeted in this match. It's not the first time this has happened. Will not be the last time. I think a right back is needed. And look, before today, before pre-season, I would have said to you guys, bringing in a striker, bringing in a backup centre back, that's what we need to do. But I think there's a very strong argument to be made that a right back is what we need. And look, I think Diogo Dalot is playing for a contract as well. I don't know what his contract situation is, but he will be out of contract soon. I think Wan-Bissaka is in the same boat. So both those players need to ship up or ship out, in my opinion. We need to be ruthless. And I like Wan-Bissaka. I don't mind Dalot, but I think this seriously needs to improve. Just answer Lucky's question. And Lucky is agreeing with me as well. He thinks Mount will learn the position. I hope he does. I really hope he does. look, if it wasn't for him slipping, he would have scored today. And nobody would say Mason Mount had a bad performance. That's the way that it goes. And look, preseason is preseason. You can have bad performances. You can have weak moments in pre-season. The most important match for Manchester United, it isn't tomorrow against Athletic Bilbao. It wasn't today against RC Lens. It wasn't last week against Real Madrid and Borussia Dortmund. The most important match for Manchester United, 14th of August, bookmark it. It is Wolves at home, first day of the Premier League season. We're the last team to kick off. We don't want to be starting 3 points behind everybody else. We want to go out and pick up a win and have a good performance. And look, we have a good opportunity. We really do. Looking at the matches we are going to play, we're going to be playing, of course, Wolves next Monday. Then we play Nottingham Forest. We also play Spurs away. So those are 3 matches that I think we can win, and we should be aiming to win those matches. And that puts us on 9 points. And then we go to the Emirates. If we go to the Emirates having won all our matches, I think we can go there and get something. I seriously do. And I think United just need to keep on going. There was pieces in that second half that really made me feel good about watching this team. It made me feel confident about the future of this Manchester United side. Make no mistake about it. The attacking incision in that first 15 minutes was really good. We countered on them, we transitioned on them, and that's what we're going to want to see. In my opinion, the first half was absolutely shocking, and it can happen again. And Sofayn Amrabat, for me, will solve a lot of those issues. Stops us being played through so easily in the midfield. It will help us have better control in the midfield. And it will help Manchester United really start to strengthen and really start to get a real grip on these matches. And we're going to be more of a possession-based team. That's what I think we need. And I think Amrabat comes in and probably plays a lot of matches next season. So, look, let's have a look at some of the news on Sofayn Amrabat, because we do have some small updates that we will go for as well, and we will have a look at. So, first and foremost, coming in from Fabrizio Romano. So, Sofayn Amrabat has only got eyes to join Manchester United. We are expected to open talks for him very soon with Fiorentina. Personal terms are agreed. He wants to come. We've decided on a contract length. We verbally have discussed a wage with Sofayn Amrabat. No issues there. The thing is, we need to sell players, and that's why Donny van de Beek is on the thumbnail. So, Van de Beek is much more advanced to leave United than Fred, according to sources such as Simon Jones of the Daily Mail. We need to move on Donny van de Beek. I think it's going to happen. So, coming in from Romano, United expected to open formal talks with Sofayn Amrabat very soon, as Fred and Van de Beek are getting closer and closer to leaving. So that's good. That's good in my opinion, but I want to see more. I want us to be ruthless. I want us to keep on moving players on, bringing players in. I think we have to be strong with this. We need to be strong, and I think we will. I think we will. It's just going to be a matter of time. It's unfortunate that Rasmus Hojlund has a small knock and will miss the first couple of matches. That's very, very frustrating. I think we've seen today we looked a little bit one-dimensional going forward. We were very good in the transition, very good when we counter-attacked, but we didn't have a real focal point up there. We didn't really have somebody to play the ball off, someone to do bits with up front. I think we need that. Stephanie's down there. Big ups. I hope you have got the lottery tickets. Good to see you, Stephanie. Thanks for joining in again. Really do appreciate it. And all the support across the channel. You guys are genuinely fantastic. So thanks so much for all that. So on the poll, we had asked you guys, do United need a new right back? So the options were yes, no, and next season. 75% of you guys are saying we need a new right back right now. So do I think some of this will be reaction? Of course it will be. You know, we are emotional people. We're humans, and we do form opinions based on emotion. And today wasn't good from the right backs. But I think across the entire preseason, we don't have the facilities needed to have people in there. We don't have the personnel to play the way Erik Ten Hag wants at the right back position. Luman, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining in. Much appreciated. But look, here's what we can say. And I think we can say this with confidence. I really do. The right back position needs to be addressed as soon as possible. It really does. And I'm hoping next season we can go for somebody. I don't think it happens this season. I would love it to happen. I'm so fresh to back again. New right back would be nice, but not going to happen this year. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. Andrew, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining in. Look, I would agree with you. Like, completely agree. And look, I've went for the headline, went for the title, more signings needed. That's what United need. And Sofayn Amrabat will be one. If we can bring in someone who can play right back, that's a massive, massive bonus for me because I just don't see it. I don't see Wan-Bissaka getting to the levels needed in possession. I don't see Delo improving his overall game enough to really stake a claim. And teams are targeting it. They really are. Gani is saying, "Hi Stefan, do you think Aaron Wan-Bissaka should be tried as centre back or even midfield? I feel with his size as a professional, he should adapt under a proper manager." I don't think so. I don't think so. There's more needed at centre back than just the tackling stuff. Look, I'm not doubting his tackling ability. My issue with Aaron Wan-Bissaka, in defensive terms, his positioning is very poor. He's usually the guy playing the opposition onside. He's usually the guy losing someone at the back post. I've no problem about him tackling. I don't think he's good enough on the ball. I don't think a centre back or a DM is really going to be his position. I think he can improve at right back, and I do think that some of his game has improved, no doubt about it. I'm not doubting it, but I think we need to see more. Stephanie says, "Heard Martial showing Rasmus the ropes in the draping room." Probably is. Andrew says, with a bad first half, in my opinion, Wan-Bissaka ahead of Delo. Yeah, look, I would probably say Wan-Bissaka over Delo. I think if we're going to get targeted on that right-hand side, if that's where teams are going to look to exploit us, let's play the better defender there. That at least is going to cope with that issue. Is either option perfect? I don't think so, but I do think that improvement is needed. Probably won't happen this window. Probably won't. January, possibly. Next season, must. Next season is a necessity to improve that area of the pitch. Lucky Singh says, I need my players to fast. It's good to see you guys back in here. I'm so fresh. Wan-Bissaka looks like an average right back compared to the bloke we signed when he was at Palace. Yeah, I mean, yeah, look, I've never doubted the guy tackling. I've never doubted his ability to go 1v1 against any wide player in football and come out on top. I wouldn't doubt that because he is brilliant at it. He is such a good tackler, such a good all-round defender in that regard. His 1v1 defending is world class. There's no mistake about it. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. But I do think we can do better. I think we need to do better. I think we can and should be looking at a higher ceiling than Wan-Bissaka. I seriously do. And I think that improves us. If you look at the difference between the left side of the defence with Lisandro Martinez and Luke Shaw, compare that to Varane and Delo today, or Varane and Wan-Bissaka, it's straight ahead. And that's not a knock on Raphael Varane. I still think he's a very good defender, but I do think that right-hand side is going to be targeted. I think that has become the weak link. Lucky says, speed-wise on the pitch, crucial for us. Yeah, look, Wan-Bissaka is speed-wise, and he definitely can help us in a lot of aspects. What I will say about Wan-Bissaka, I think he's going to be important this season. And the reason that is we are going to be playing a higher line in football. Like on the football pitch, we will be playing a high line. We need to have that recovery speed. We seriously do. And look, that's what I will say about Harry Maguire. He's never going to fit in this team because he's too slow. United today, there was times we were counted on. Varane made up the distance. Luke Shaw made up the distance. Martinez, even Delo did get back. He failed to make the tackles, but he did make up the difference. And you have to be able to get up and down the pitch. That is absolutely essential. Look at any top team you play a high line. Look at Liverpool. They've got Andy Robertson. They have Virgil van Dijk in there making up the recovery tackles. Man City's the same. It's Diaz or it's Kyle Walker or whatever. Stephanie saying, do you think there's been a massive drop-offs with right-backs in Premier League overall? Trent Alexander-Arnold, Reece James, Ben White and Walker, Trippier and Wan-Bissaka, probably 1-2. Yeah, I do think there is a lack of top-quality fullbacks. I seriously do, but I think Jeremy Frimpong would be an option. He'd be very comfortable playing out from the back. His defensive work can be questioned at times, so not a perfect option. I think there are very good right backs out there. I seriously do. If I was Manchester United and Eric Ten Hag, I would just pull a trick out of the old playbook. I would go after a former player, and I think Mazraoui from Bayern Munich would be really good in this system. Andrew saying Delo is poor at defending, but his attacking is okay. Wan-Bissaka is a good defender, but he is not good attacking, but he recovers well and gets the ball back. Wan-Bissaka is still improving. He is still improving. Whether he's going to improve enough, that's going to be the question. Lucky is saying John Stones is a massive example to learn of. Yeah, look, he is. John Stones shows that a player can improve. They can keep on getting better. And look, I watched something on the way back. I was watching United Stand. and they were doing a match review. And one of the points that Goldbridge was making on it was once a player hits around 25, 26, that's it. They don't improve. That is their peak level. I would have to disagree with that. Fundamentally, I would disagree with that. I really would. There has been many players who have found the consistency in their game. And what I will say is very, very few players manage to become more talented. Very, very few players manage to suddenly become world class when they had no ability before. The big thing is, for me, it's consistency. If you're a Premier League footballer, if you're a footballer of Manchester United, you will be a good player. It's about getting that consistency, and that's the most important thing, in my opinion. I'm so fresh says, didn't United sign a decent young wing back this week? Yes, we signed Harry Amas. I think he's 16. I think he's also a left back, but he's not a bad option. Yes, we are up to 20 likes. Can we get up to 30 likes on the stream? Would be very much appreciated, guys. But yeah, look, it's an interesting debate to have. It really is. So let's get talking about players going out. Let's get looking at some of these players who are hopefully going to be sold very soon. So one of them, of course, is Donny van de Beek. He's on the thumbnail for a reason. So Manchester United and Real Sociedad remain locked in talks for a deal for Donny van de Beek. These are crucial steps in a potential move for Sofayn Amrabat. I think we need to get moving on these. This has to be a big week for sales. It cannot be another week where nothing happens. We need at least Donny van de Beek sold this week. We need at least Fred sold this week. That's what we need to do. Will is saying, I'm worried about this season with the lack of strikers, lack of another centre-backs, players burning out with the amount of games played this season. And Andrew says, do you think our starting midfield is dynamic? Are they good enough to destroy teams? Two very good questions there. So we're going to go through Will's first. I get why you would feel worried. I get why you would feel the stress. And yes, we do need more. We need more. But I don't think it's going to be as big an issue this season. I think there's enough depth in some areas that we will get by. In terms of what Andrew is saying, now, do I think the midfield is dynamic? Yes. I think we haven't found the balance, but I do think once that midfield clicks, it will be very, very good. I seriously do. And I'm agreeing with Stephanie as well. We do need sales, no loans. I think when we add Sofayn Amrabat into that mix, it's going to be very, very tasty for Man United. Plus, we've Kobbie Mainoo coming back from injury in September, October time. We will have options there. So, look, I'm not stressed about midfield. I'm kind of concerned about the central striking positions. And that's because Rasmus Hojlund has come in. Rasmus Hojlund is injured, so he will not be available for the first couple of matches. That's an issue. Anthony Martial, I don't know where he is. I don't have a clue. So we're going into these matches with Marcus Rashford likely as a striker. I don't even think Rashford would agree that he is a striker. I don't think Rashford truly has the overall ability to play as a striker. He's much better suited on the left. When he plays striker, he can get in behind. Yes, we know that, but he can do that on the left. My issue is, if we had Hojlund, I would feel a lot more confident. I really would. And I think that some of the chances we would create today would be scored by Rasmus Hojlund. I really do. Marvin says 3 players have to go on sale. Will says finger crossed that Rasmus isn't an injury-prone player. I don't think he will be. I hope not. But I'm agreeing with Marvin. 3 players do need to be sold this week. I think we need to sell Donny van de Beek, we need to sell Fred, and hopefully we manage to move Dean Henderson on. Those have to be the most important sales, in my opinion. And then we look at the others. Harry Maguire, if we sell him, that's a bonus. Do I think we will? A lot remains to be said on that one. A lot does. I think Maguire might be a panic buy for some teams if they go out and have a really bad start to the league season and concede a lot of goals. Maybe they panic and buy Harry Maguire. Maybe that's how we move him on. But I do think this transfer window, on a scale of 1 to 10, will always be limited by the fact that the sales have been a failure across the board. It really has. We were told it would be a clear out. We were told lots of players would move on. They haven't. Drop a like on the video, guys, as well, and keep voting on the poll. Do Manchester United need a new right back this season? That's the question. It's a yes or a no, or do we wait for next season? Let me know your thoughts. I'm So Fresh says Henderson should have been gone a month ago. Yes, he should have. Chick is saying, what is the injury on Hojlund? We don't know. It is described as a minor injury by Laurie Whitwell of The Athletic. But he is going to be out for at least the first week or two, which is an issue because then he has to rebuild the fitness. He has to get back into the team. He needs to work with his teammates to understand his role, to understand their movements, understand how they're going to play him the ball. So it will be an adjustment time. That's why I think we're not going to see a rapid start from Rasmus Hojlund. Once he gets going, once he gets confident, once he gets the ball rolling, I've no concerns about him whatsoever. But it is going to take maybe a month until we are at that point. Stephanie says, this season I also want players to put their bodies on the line. That Mount miss from Bruno pass and potential Garnacho assist was an example of that. Yes, it was. That was frustrating. I feel like he half slipped. He kind of set himself wrong. On another day, he scores. Okay, another day he does score that, in my opinion. But Andrew's saying we are missing a midfield player like a Silva or Modric to open defenses and link the front. We don't have that in our team. Ten Hag is trying to do this with Sancho. It's an interesting point. I don't think we struggle with chance creation. I think Bruno Fernandes is capable of picking any pass that you can possibly think of. I seriously do. What I think we lack is a real link between the back line and the forward line. I think Amrabat can be that. I think Mount has work to do if he's going to be that player for us. But I'm not too stressed. I do think Sofayn Amrabat comes in and probably plays a lot of matches this season, makes a massive difference to that team. Marvin says, yes, we need a left back. I would have to disagree with that. I don't think we need a left back because we've already got Luke Shaw. I think Luke Shaw genuinely is absolutely fantastic. I'm So Fresh says, knee injury. Thank you very much for that. I wasn't aware what the actual injury was. I know it's a small one. I'm hoping that he can come back nice and quickly, but he did pick it up in Atalanta pre-season. Lucky is saying, Donny van de Beek and Fred, we need to negotiate offers, 22 million and 18 million. I don't think we're going to get that much. I think 15 for Donny, 10 for Fred. I would take that and I would run with it because that gets us off in Amrabat. And that's much better than having Van de Beek, Fred, and McTominay. It seriously is. Marvin says knee players get injured, so we need left players. Look, we need as much players as possible. And I do agree with Stephanie as well. We do struggle with chance conversion. My big thing watching the game, and I pulled it up in the watch along, was a lot of the issues with Manchester United's attack is decision making in the final third. Rashford will take too many touches. He will try to go past an extra man when he doesn't need to. Garnacho can be guilty of the same. Antony can take snapshots as well. It needs to click more. We've seen more from Garnacho in that second half. He should have had 2 assists today. 2 very good passes. First and foremost, finding missing Mount. Secondly, that assist for Antony. That was good play. We need to see more of that. Ethne is saying United need an upgrade on number 10. Bruno is average, especially in big games. He is too slow to link the play. With rapid Garnacho, Antony, and Hojlund on the counter. I disagree. I think Bruno Fernandes is absolutely superb. And look, I said on the watch along, Bruno's one of my favourite players at this club. I will defend the man at all costs because I remember what it was like before Bruno Fernandes. He is going to have a big season, a massive season coming in from the captain. Andre says, we're playing counter-attacking football. We can't deny this. I don't think we are. Counter-attacking football, the first goal was a counter-attack. By definition, a counter-attack is whenever you counter upon their attack and you catch them out. We are playing a more transitional style of football, which means we're going to win the ball higher up the pitch. We're going to try control matches. But when you win the ball high, it gives you a better opportunity because you've already bypassed a lot of their defenders. That's where the press comes in. That's where the passing comes in. So I think there's subtle differences in playing transitional football, what Ten Hag wants to do, and playing counter-attacking football. Ollie played counter-attacking football. We defended deep and we broke with Rashford, Martial and Dan James. I don't think it's the same style of football. I do think there's a difference in this. Would I like more control? Yes. Do I want United to sustain attacks more? Absolutely. But I do think I think we're on the right path. But look, these seals are going to be important, guys. It's going to be so crucial to what we hope to do for the rest of the season. So, sources at Manchester United have confirmed Rasmus Hojlund set to be out, and he should not be out for any longer than 3 weeks. It's disappointing. I wanted to see him off the mark. I wanted to see him playing this week. That probably explains the hold-up in what he is in the deal. He was meant to sign on Tuesday, didn't get done in time. So to bring you guys some quotes coming in from Rasmus Hojlund himself, Erik ten Hag has said we need hungry players, and he is a player who is determined to score goals, win games, and win trophies. He is young. He is starting out. He wants to build a legacy. So I have no worries with Rasmus. I have no worries whatsoever. I'm excited to see how he does. I'm excited to see how he plays. Big ups to you guys as well for 31 likes. Much appreciated, guys. Definitely is saying defenders know our wide players will invariably shoot rather than pass. We need to mix it up and keep defenders guessing. Bit like a dummy. Yeah, look, absolutely. The more unpredictable you are, the harder it is to know what you're going to do. And if you can create panic, if you can create doubt, that's going to create opportunities. That's absolutely key. I feel like when Anthony gets the ball, every left back in the country knows this man wants to cut inside and shoot on his left foot. I'm going to show him down the right where he's weaker. That's what they want to do. We need to see more. Jason says, should we offer Martial to Inter in exchange for Lautaro Martinez, as that will put an end to our long search for an out-and-out striker? I don't think so. I don't think Inter would take Anthony Martial. I would be happy to let him go. Absolutely. I think Lautaro Martinez is a brilliant player. I'd be very happy to sign him. But I do think that Anthony Martial is as unsellable as possible. I'm so fresh says he states 2023. I missed that one. I'm so fresh says I'm on the fence with Bruno. I like his passion. I don't like how he throws his arm around and sometimes need to be consistent this season, create more chances. I've no issues with that. I really don't, man. I mean, Bruno made the most chances in the league last season. You know, I have no problem with the guy's output. Put a striker in front of him, someone who's going to score goals. Bruno Fernandes will be the top assister in the Premier League. That's my opinion. The big difference in Bruno Fernandes and Kevin De Bruyne is one was setting up Wout Weghorst and Anthony Martial, and the other one was setting up Erling Haaland. That's the big difference, in my opinion. I've no concern about Bruno. I really don't. He had a good match today. He should have had an assist for Garnacho. He had a nice shot as well, just over the bar. Can he improve? Yes. Does he need to calm himself down in situations? Absolutely. But I have no confidence in I have no lack of confidence in Bruno's ability. I think he will be absolutely fine this season. And I think Mount will as well. Look, Mount's getting a lot of stick. A lot is coming from Chelsea fans, a lot's coming from United fans as well. Once that guy gets his first goal and the confidence starts to build, it will be better. Jake is saying, what's your take on Mount? Do you think he'll perform at United? Because we can't be relying on Bruno only. No, we do need him. We do need Mason Mount to step it up. I think he will step it up. I completely believe that Mount he will come good. My problem is he needs to work. It's difficult to describe. It's like he needs to settle himself down. I think his play is generally good when he receives the ball. When he gets the ball in the penalty box, he is making those late runs. He's picking up the ball in good areas. He will score goals for this team. My problem with Mount is he's just snatching at it. He looks like a man who needs his first goal. I feel like he's coming off a hard season last year at Chelsea. It was probably the worst season of his career. It was the worst season Chelsea have had in over 25 years. I think he's going out with too much of a point to prove. I feel like he's going out with too much of a thought. I need to score. I need to do something. I think if he settles down, relaxes, he will be a better player for it. And that first goal is going to make a lot of difference. Maybe he scores tomorrow. Maybe that's what he does. Marvin says Rasmus Hojlund. Yeah, look, Rasmus will have a good 2023. I don't doubt it. Stephanie says hopefully Bruno will only throw his arms about if our forwards miss sitters from his passes. I expect that. Rajat, good to see a man. Go get Amrabat and go for Palinha. I like that one. Marvin wants to see Amrabat. Yeah, I want to see Amrabat. I really want to see Sofayn Amrabat in this team. I think he makes a massive, massive difference to how United will set up. Think the way he progresses the ball, the way he holds on to it, his ball carrying is so solid. He can play from deep, and he is going to bring what I need in this team, what I want to see, and that is what I would call a first phase player, someone to take the ball from the defense and get it into that forward line, and that's going to be key. Look, Bruno Fernandes, Mount, they can do brilliant things, but they are not the type of player to drop deep, pick the ball up, and move it up the pitch. Casemiro, as good as he is, I don't think he has that in his locker. He has many things. His passing is brilliant, but I don't think Casemiro is the type of guy to pick the ball up from the centre back, run with it, drop a shoulder, go past a man or two, play it into the forwards, play it into the attacking midfielders. That's what Amrabat's going to do. I think that's why we wanted to buy Frankie de Jong last season, because he would have been perfect for that job. Stephanie says, saw Onana's post-match interview and was more impressed with a positive outlook. Very refreshing. Yeah, I like his press. I do like his press game. I like his interviews. I'm not feeling concerned about it whatsoever. I really like him as a player. So anybody who did miss what Onana said, I think he said something. It was my fault, and it was a good finish. I don't think it was. Personally, I would say it was. Personally, I would say it was Delo's fault for playing us into that situation in the first place. Lucky Singh says, make sure running passes if I'm missing man pass the ball if running out of position. Definitely says Casemiro needs legs around him. He does. Um, he does need that. James is saying Martial could get 10 minutes this season, and when he gets out of traction for his accent. Yeah, look, Martial, I'm done with the guy. I really am. I know he's popular. I know a lot of people like him in the fan base. I know that he has a bit of a cult following. I've liked Martial many times. I'm not doubting the guy's ability. I can't doubt his talent. My issue is I doubt his ability to stay fit. And without being fit, what use are you? Like, you could be the best in the world, but if you're not fit to go out and play on the pitch, you're not going to make any difference to any team, regardless of where you are, who you're playing for, or whatever. Rajat says Amrabat will do 9 out of 10. Yeah, he's gonna be good. He really is, and I think he's going to be the perfect midfield signing. He's going to be exactly what we need. I think there's a clear space in this team for where Kobbie Mainoo is going to fit in. I want to see that midfield. Um, Ekne says, I suggest Kudus is needed. His versatility can make up for any position up front. I mean, yeah, he's a versatile player. I don't think it's a bad thing to have players like that. He would come in. He can play left, right, through the middle, false nine, attacking mid. He can even play number 8 if you want. He might be the jack of all trades that perhaps we need, and I think that adds a lot. Andrew says Amrabat is a CDM. See, he can play CDM, but I also think he's maybe better in that sort of box-to-box role as well. I feel like we miss out on what he can do further forward if you play him as a 6. I don't think he comes in and plays ahead of Casemiro, for instance, but Casemiro and Amrabat, that's how I would like to line up in the big matches this season. That's what I'd like for us to go. If we're sitting at Anfield, we're going to the Etihad, we rock up with Amrabat, rock up with Casemiro midfield. That's a solid foundation, and I like the options there. Rajat says don't really want Kudus. He will be another Donny van de Beek. I mean, I think he brings a lot to the team. Whether he works or not, it's going to be interesting to see. I don't even know if we go for him. I don't think we'll have the budget. I don't think we're going to spend. Rajat says Amrabat will let Casemiro to focus on defending. It's more help for Casemiro. It's better help for Casemiro. And that's what he also needs. He really does need assistance in there. Because most of the time it's Casemiro putting the tackles in. He put 5 tackles in the first half. 3 more than any other player on that pitch. And I do think that he will add a lot to this team. Lighten the workload, and that's going to be a big one. Stephanie said hopefully Mainoo will feature again soon. I hope so. I would love to see Kobbie out on that pitch. I think he would have made a difference today. I think the way he carries the ball forward, I think that would really help United with what we want to do in these matches, and he will be a big player for us. So we got 75 votes on the poll at the moment. 67% of you guys are saying yes, we need a new right back, and that is right here, right now. 25% are saying no, and 8% are saying next season. So 75% of you guys do reckon we need a new right back at some point. Stephanie says Casemiro being overworked. Yeah, he is. He really is. And that's not going to be good for him. You know, he is the wrong side of 30. We need to protect and manage him in these matches as well. We really do. Andrew says, what formation would suit all these players now? 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1, 4-4-2. We have so much wingers now, and with Sancho in the centre tactic, how will we approach games? I think it's going to be 4-3-3. I do. And I think we can do different options. I think it's good to have as many options as possible. Keep opposition guessing as to what we're going to do. We can play Sancho left, right, through the middle. That's a good option. Irfan says Wan-Bissaka is the best. I think he's certainly better than Diogo Dalot. I really do. I think Dalot is proving that he is not what people thought he was. I seriously do. His whole stick is meant to be really good going forward. He's meant to be really good on the ball. But in the last 2 preseason matches, he's gave 2 goals away. 2 clear goals through defensive errors, through bad passing. We cannot afford that in the Premier League. Irfan says, what's the news about Hojlund? So Hojlund has a small knee injury. Will be out for around about 2 to 3 weeks. Stephanie says, I'm always in the minority in these polls. That's the thing. Don't be afraid to be different. Have your own opinion. Do not just conform to the popular opinion. But yeah, I mean, look, I like Wan-Bissaka. I think he's better than Delo, but I think there's an upgrade to be had on both players. I really do, and it's not knocking. It's not knocking either player. I just think we can do better. Lucky is saying Manchester United glad options are on the wingers. We do need options. I want options across the pitch. I want different players doing different things, and I think that's going to be good for Manchester United as a whole. And I think that's what we need to be seeing more of in this squad. I think there's a lack of options up front. I think there's a lack of options, perhaps in that defensive midfield role. I think Amrabat comes in, gives you an option. You can play him six, you can play him at right back. Worst case scenario, you can play him midfield as well in the number 8 position. That's probably where he's best. But it's interesting. It is interesting. I'm excited to see where we're going to go with it. I want to see these deals done quickly, though. I really want to see Manchester United get these sales done because it's so important that we do. Andrew says maybe you can see something others are not. Exactly, Stephanie. It's not a bad thing to be in the minority. Sometimes minority they get it right before it actually happens. Any more news as well? There was some other stuff I wanted to bring you guys. I think we have some quotes on Rasmus Hojlund. Coming in from Erik ten Hag and from Hojlund himself. Erfan says Hojlund will miss 3 games. Very bad news. Yeah, it's not good news. It's not the news we wanted, but it's the position we find ourselves in. We should have enough to beat Wolves and Nottingham Forest without Rasmus Hojlund. We should have enough to beat Spurs without Rasmus Hojlund. So that's what we want to see. Ronnie says, Phil, for the team news, we're young today, mate. I love to know where the referee got 10 minutes. Injury time and over. Yeah, that's true, man. Stephanie says, who will be captain tomorrow? Let's hope it's not Harry. Might be Scott. I really hope not. Like, I want to see a good team from United tomorrow. That's what we need to see. So some quotes coming in from Rasmus Hojlund. I'm sure you guys want to see what the guy's been saying. It's no secret I've been a fan of this great club ever since I was a small boy. I've dreamt of working out at Old Trafford as a Manchester United player. Rajat says played Delo. Let me see as well. I am incredibly excited about this opportunity to turn that dream into reality. I'm determined to repay the faith that the club has shown in me. It is still early in my career. I know that I'm ready to make this step up and play with these world-class players. Once I spoke to the manager, I knew this environment would be perfect for my development. I relish the opportunity working with some of the best coaches in the world. Under his guidance and support, I know that I'm capable of achieving great things with the new teammates at this special club. Then we have some stuff coming in from John Murda. I mean, it's just John Murda saying, here's one. Do you guys want to have a laugh? Because I have some comedy for you. So, John Murda, throughout this summer, we have always acted quickly and decisively to secure primary targets in the window, and we have ensured that Eric and his coaches have the best opportunity to prepare the squad for further success in the upcoming campaign. What about our summer screams, quick and decisive? We went on pre-season tour with only Mason Mount. We brought Onana in 2 games ago. If that's what we're calling quickly and decisive, the standards at this club at a board level, the standards of the club in the decision-making level is on the floor. It is absolutely shocking. So yeah, if you guys think we have been quick and decisive in this transfer window, let me know down below because I don't see it. Like, I seriously don't. Ekney says, clearly United has no depth again this season. Key players will burn out for the last 10 decisive games. I'm hoping we will. I still think we will. I think we've got enough options on the wings. I think with Kobbie Mainoo and Amrabat, we can keep Casemiro and the midfield fresh. We have 3 good midfielders for the attacking spots in Eriksen, Mount and Bruno. I worry about the striking position. I worry about if we get a Varane injury. Andrew said it's going to be a lot of new starters tomorrow, and those never start today will start tomorrow. Stephanie says, watch Serie A YouTube channel and Hojlund, very good, worth a watch. His strike partner at Atalanta was Lookman ex Everton. Yeah, look, I like those. I like watching those links, and I did watch some of it. Something I really like was Rasmus Hojlund primarily played on the right of a strike too. I think that's going to suit Rashford's game right down to the T, because look, whilst we might play with one number 9, Rashford will cut inside. That is his game, in that half space, in the right inside forward position, and I think that makes a big difference. I really do. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure to get them in down below. I'm So Fresh says, if we were quick and decisive, we probably would have had a shot at some of the expensive signings that could have been available this season. Kane, for example. Yes, if we were quick and decisive, we probably would have bought Kim Min-jae. We haven't. So that's where my position is. That's what I'm thinking. Andrew says, start others tomorrow. Don't want injuries before kickoff. That's true. Rajat says Kane will probably be heading for Bundesliga. I haven't heard anything on that. I haven't seen too much in terms of any development on Harry Kane. Let's see what that one goes. It will be an interesting one to see if Harry Kane leaves Tottenham Hotspur. I think he should for his career. I think he needs to. But it is going to be interesting. Daniel Levy has been very difficult to deal with throughout this summer. Let's hope that he moves on. Rajat says, Mount will take the work off Bruno's shoulders, hopefully too. I hope so as well. I think there's a lot to come from Mason Mount. It might take him a couple of weeks to really get back to his best levels, but I know the player's there. And I still think he can do it. I still think he will do it. Let's just see where we're going to go with that one. Let's just see how Mount does across the board. Kane heading for the toilet league with no EPL Cups. No, but I mean, it's easy trophies going to Bayern Munich. They will win league titles. They win probably German Cups. They will be up there for Champions League. If he wants trophies, somewhere like Bayern Munich's just going to give him trophies every season. Stephanie says, Murder must have been replaced, but only if we do it quick and decisively. Yeah, I mean, by his definition, the seal is probably being quick and decisive. The renovations at Old Trafford are probably quick and decisive. Look, it's more patting on their back. It's more good job us, we did so good. That's all it's been with this crowd. All it has been with Manchester United across the board. It's disappointing. It's annoying, but it is annoying. Andrew says, what will no Hojlund get? I don't know what's going to happen on that one. I mean, he will be back probably after the international break. Ronnie says, when do you think Hojlund could play his first game? Do you think he might get a run out tomorrow? No, he is injured, unfortunately, Ronnie. It looks like it says maximum 3 weeks. It's going to be like a week or two. So he might be okay for the Spurs away match. He might be okay for the Emirates away at the end of the month. But, I mean, that's going to be about it. It's not great. It isn't really what we wanted to see. But, I mean, it is what it is. We've bought the guy now. We have to play for him. Andrew says Rasmus got an injury. Don't think he will play. Unfortunately not. I would love him to play. And yes, Stefan, we are up to 35 likes. Can we get to 40 likes? I don't know what's been happening today. It's been much more chilled out, smaller streams today. Probably just Saturday, people enjoying their lives. People out doing stuff. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good Saturday anyway. I hope you guys are going to go have a good Saturday night. That's going to be a good one. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure to get them in. Lucky Singh is saying, I hope Fred and Donny van de Beek, their transfer offers move on. Let's hope so. I want to see more sales. Henderson needs to go. Maguire, Van de Beek, Fred, McTominay, ideally Martial. Brandon Williams is a player no one talks about. I don't see any future for him at Manchester United. We need to move him on. Let's hope United can get those sales done. Let's hope we can bring some money in. It's going to be so important that we do. Let's just see what United's going to do in that regard. Let me see. Any more stuff coming through? Quote coming in for Lissandro Martinez. I've waited a long time for the feeling of playing in front of the Old Trafford faithful again. I've missed Old Trafford so much. Solid performance from the team. Now I cannot wait for the Premier League to get started. And Stephanie says, Hojlund injury gives us a chance to remove players, Fred at 17, etc. And Andrew says, are we ready for EPL versus last season start? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Last season was a disaster. You know, we really can't afford another very slow start to this season. We really cannot afford it. I hope that we don't. I hope we win the first couple of matches. I think they're winnable. I think Wolves, we definitely can beat. I think Forest, we definitely should be beating. We should be beating Spurs away, and hopefully we can beat Arsenal. Irfan saying what's the news about Anthony Martial? Not too much. I mean, he's been injured all pre-season somehow. Like, he picked up a hamstring injury on the last day of the season, and that was in May, and it's coming into August, and he still isn't. He still hasn't been seen anywhere. So I don't know what's happening with Anthony Martial. I really don't. I'm so fed up with this guy. It is constant disappointment. It's constantly Anthony Martial not available for United. We need to see more from this guy. We seriously do, guys. I mean, what else can we really say? I mean, what else can we ask of Anthony Martial? Like, he cannot play because he's never fit, and that's the biggest issue with this man. It really is. So to answer your question, Andrew, we don't know. Stephanie says Johnny Evans and Maguire centre-back partnership tomorrow. Oh, Stephanie, don't do it to me. Like, seriously. Please don't do it to me. I couldn't cope, man. I really could not cope if that's how we lined up tomorrow. Hopefully not. I mean, hopefully we're going to have some good players out in the pitch, some of the first teamers. That's what I gotta hope. Drop a like on the video, guys. We're up to 36. Can we get to 40 likes? Would be much appreciated if we can. On terms of the poll, 87 people have voted, 64% are going for yes, we need a right back. Stephanie says maybe Lindelof. I think Lindelof will play. Probably going to be Lindelof, Maguire. At least Ander Herrera is playing for Athletic Bilbao, I think. So, I mean, there's at least one thing. So, I mean, we could do with an Ander Herrera in this team as well. Lucky Singh saying, Martial fitness so terrible. It's shocking, guys. I'm So Fresh says, we got to prepared for surprises. Wrexham got beat 5-3 today, but MK Dons got relegated from League One last year. And the general thoughts are it's a wake-up team in the difference in quality. Yeah, look, we have to be prepared for surprises. They will happen across the season. United might start like a house on fire. We might lose the first 4 matches. Anything can happen in this game. We need to be better. We need to go out there and really, really play well. Irfan says, football streaming live for free. I wish. We need that. I think we need Netflix for football. I seriously do, because the prices for Sky, BT, it's ridiculous. Andrew says, logically, Stephanie is right tactically. I really hope not. I really hope not. And that's solely because I'm going to the match tomorrow. That's the only reason. Let me see as well. 88 votes, 64% going for yes, we need a right back. Thanks very much for that one, guys. I'll have a check as well, see if there's anything else I want to talk about and have a look at. Not too much. It's been a quiet Saturday, barring the match. But I'm sure that there will be more stuff coming out from Manchester United. Rasmus Hojlund has said, let's get started. So happy to be part of the biggest club in the world. I would like to say a huge thank you for all the warm welcome at Old Trafford. Cannot wait to get onto the pitch. So Rasmus is ready. He's looking forward to it. I can't wait to see the guy playing. Let's just hope that he goes out and smashes it up. I have no doubt about it. I think he's going to be a brilliant signing for this club. Any more thoughts, guys? Make sure you get them in down below. Yeah, we'll still live for another wee bit as well. Was there anything else I wanted to cover? Let me just quickly check the agenda. Not really too much. I mean, it's a quiet day, and it always goes this way. It always does. When there's a match on, you know, the news is quiet, and it's quiet because there's nothing else for the reporters to come out with. They're talking about the match, they'll be talking about Hojlund. They've got their stories for tomorrow. They got their stories for tonight, so that's no issue there. Ronnie says, can we not just terminate Anthony Martial's contract? We might have to give him 5 million, but I'd be happy with that. I mean, maybe we could, maybe we should. I think regardless, in 12 months' time, his contract runs out and expires because we're not going to be keeping him in. He's not staying. He cannot stay. Andrew says, I'm not in the UK. Do you think United will stream their games at some point, or does the EPL own the rights for streaming? It's Premier League. They then sell them out to different places. A lot of it's greed. The Skies, the BTs, it is ridiculous. I know it's so much cheaper in America, so much cheaper in Canada to watch the Premier League football. So I don't know. I think we really do need to change that up. Like, I'm sure anybody based in the UK will tell you the price for Sky and BT, it is ludicrous. I mean, you could pay easily £150, £200 a month for your sports passes. Like, it is crazy. Stephanie says it's approaching beer o'clock. Enjoy the match tomorrow. I absolutely will. It will be beer o'clock tomorrow for sure, Stephanie. Got a decent drive ahead of us, but thankfully I'm not designated driver, so that's the main thing there. Lucky says, what right back would you look at? In terms of right backs, I mean, Jeremy Frimpong's an option. I don't think he's good enough defensively. His aerial win success rate is a concern. I think Nazir Mazraoui, Bayern Munich, Ajax might be a great option. Really good in possession. Knows Erik ten Hag's system. Knows Anthony. It might be the best way to go for that one. Stephanie says up to 37 likes. Yeah, big ups, guys. Can we get 3 more likes on the stream and hit 40 likes? Would be really appreciated. 40 likes in what? Less than 500 views. That would be incredible. Andrew says, I watch on cable, but no stream. Yeah, I mean, it's probably more affordable on cable. It probably is, man. It's disappointing. Like, the greed in the United Kingdom is shocking across the board, and sports passes are no different. They really are not. And look, it's disappointing, but it is what it is. Irfan says, you have a link to watch football for free. I have Canal Plus and only EPL, no, and UCL, no FA Cup. Yeah, look, that's annoying. I mean, Canal does seem maybe better and a better option than other options as well out there. Okay, guys, so with that in mind, I'm going to drop off the stream here. My voice is dying. I mean, I think we've done about 3.5 hours live today, so thanks so much for joining in for both the watch along and this stream. We'll see you guys Monday night, normal time, 7:30, so thanks very much for joining in. and have a good Saturday. Have a good weekend, guys. Big ups United. Hopefully we get another win tomorrow, and hopefully we get some sales this week as well. All right, guys, see you Monday. Thank you very much for joining in.